Day 290 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 5, longest palindromic substring. The difficulty level is medium, but you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. Question says, given the string S, return the longest palindromic substring in S. So first thing we need to do is let's see what a palindromic substring actually is. It says a string is palindromic if it reads the same forward and backwards. So let's look at example 1 so we can see what it is exactly that they want us to do. But right now we can see they want us to find a palindrome inside the string that they give us. So the whole string doesn't have to be a palindrome. We just want to see if we can create a palindrome inside the string that they give us, which will be a substring, right? And once again, a palindrome or a palindromic substring is it reads the same forward and backwards. So let's look at example 1. In example 1, the input S equals a string BABAD. The output is BAB. Explanation says ABA is also a valid answer. So as you can see, BAB, which is right here, is a palindrome, but it's a substring of the string that they're giving us, right? Because it's not the whole string that they gave us. It's only a sub portion of the string that they're giving us. So that's why BAB is the output, because BAB can be found in the string that they're giving us, and it reads the same forward and backwards. It goes BAB forward and BAB backwards. Now, explanation says ABA is also a valid answer, and as you can see, we can also form ABA as a substring in the string that they're giving us right here, right? So either one will work, either one is fine, but in this case, we return BAB. So it's important to understand that we can either one would have been fine, but in this case we went with BAB. But ABA is also a palindrome. It goes ABA forward and ABA backwards, which will make it a valid answer as well. So let's go ahead and look at example 2. In example 2, we have S equals a string CBBD, and this time the output is BB, because as you can see, BB is a substring of the string that they've given us, and in the substring BB, it reads the same forward and backwards. So going forward is BB, going backwards is BB. So that's the output. The output is BB, which is what we're looking for, right? We're just looking for a palindrome substring. So now that we understand the question, y'all, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Now, solution's not that difficult at all, so let's get into it. Now, the first thing we want to do is we need to convert the input string into an array of characters, which will make it easier for us when we're looking for indexes, or we want to change something or something of that nature. So in order to do that, we could just come right here. We could say let chars equal an array, open up the parentheses S. And what that's going to do is it's going to take S and it's going to convert it into an array for us so we could work with it a little easier. Now we need a place to store the start index of the palindrome substring, and we need a place for the end index of a palindrome substring. This array is going to let us find the indexes, right? Because at first it's a string, now it's an array, so we could look for the indexes. So now we need to be able to locate the start index of the palindrome and the last index of the palindrome. So in order to do that, we could just declare a variable. We could just say var, we could call it answer lower and set that equal to 0. Then we can declare another variable called answer upper, and we can set that equal to 0 as well, just to start. Now we need to iterate over each character in the string. So in order to do that, we could just come right here. We could say for center in chars.indices. Boom. Then we open up the brackets. Now we need to consider both odd length or even length palindromes, right? So in order to do that, we're going to start another for loop, and we're going to say for upper, we call it for upper offset in 0 dot 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 1. Boom. Now let's open up the brackets. Let's get started, y'all. We got some more work to do. So first thing we need to do, we're going to initialize the left boundary of the palindrome, and then we need to initialize the right boundary of the palindrome. So in order to do that, we can just declare a variable. We call it lower, set that equal to center. Then we can declare another variable, call that upper, and we can set that equal to center plus upper offset. Boom, just like that. Now we need to expand outwards as long as the characters match and the indices are within the bounds. So in order to do that, because remember at the center, we're starting at the center, so we need to expand and see, like in this case, we might be starting at B and we need to expand to the left, to the left and to the right to see if a palindrome is being formed. So in order to do that, we could say while lower is greater than or equal to chars dot start index and two and signs. We could say upper is less than chars dot end index and two more and signs. We could say chars square bracket lower, come outside those square brackets, say equal sign, two equal signs, chars square bracket upper. Then we can open up our brackets and we can say, first thing we need to do, we need to update the longest palindrome boundaries if the current palindrome is longer. Because remember, we want the longest palindrome, right? My bad. We want the longest palindrome. So if we find a palindrome that's longer, we need to update that. Well, if we find one palindrome and then we find a longer palindrome, I should say, we need to update that. So we can say if parentheses upper minus lower, come outside the parentheses, is greater than, open up more parentheses, answer upper minus answer lower, then what we're going to do is we're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say answer upper, answer upper, set that equal to upper, and we could set answer lower, we'll set that equal to lower. Boom, just like that. Now we need to expand to the left and expand to the right. So in order to do that, we could come outside of this and we could just say lower minus equals 1, and we can say upper plus equals 1, just like that. Now it's time to return the longest palindrome and substring that we found. So in order to do that, we're just going to come all the way down here. Boom, and we're just going to say return string, because remember we're working with an array, so we have to convert it back into a string. Then we're going to open up the parentheses. We're going to say chars, open up the square bracket. Then we're going to say answer lower dot 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 answer upper. Make sure y'all have equal white spaces on each side of this dot dot dot. And anywhere else you see dot dot dot, like up here as well, make sure it's equal white space on both sides. Now let's go ahead and run this. Make sure it runs properly. Let's see it's accepted. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it stays accepted after we submit it. Let's see. Ooh, and look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds be 62.45% of users with Swift, y'all. That's not too bad at all. We'll get those numbers up as we continue down our LeetCode journey. Right now, we just want to be able to solve the problem that is presented to us, and I feel like this is a good solution for that this is a solution we can learn from and we can understand from, and we'll be able to apply the knowledge that we've gained from this solution in further problems that we may come up against further down the line. So with that being said, y'all, make sure y'all get one more look at the code. This the top half. Go ahead and get this the bottom. And I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.